I've just been patched with the Ukrainian MP, and she's there with us just for a couple of minutes, Miss Yulia Klymenko, who's joining us on the broadcast. Yulia, thank you so much for speaking to us. This is a momentous occasion. You have the Indian Prime Minister in your country, and as Ms. Tara was saying, you know, the war has hurt the entire world, understandably your people as well. How is Ukraine seeing this visit, and what are some of your big expectations from the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's interaction with President Zelenskyy?
Hello, and thank you for hosting me. Actually, we are happy that Narendra Modi, your Prime Minister, arrived to Ukraine. It's a very symbolic for us because it's a first visit for past 40 years, actually. The leader of India came to Ukraine and greets Ukrainian nation. And also it's very important because Ukrainian nation was very disappointed about the meeting of Narendra Modi with Putin at the day of the children's hospital destruction. So you know, at that day, Russian hit a missile to the biggest Ukrainian hospital, kids hospital, and actually destroyed it fully. So many thousands of kids left without, and it's a very with like cancer and very difficult chronic diseases left without the hospital. And I think this is a very symbolic visit. We're happy to host Mr. Narendra Modi, and we hope that he is a very powerful man. He is a leader of the biggest nation on our planet, and I hope he will use his power and his authority and convince Mr. Putin to take out all Russian troops out of Ukrainian land. So we're a peaceful nation. We want to have peace in our home. We don't want war, but unfortunately we don't have any other choice except protect our homes and land because Russia invaded Ukrainian territory, and the only way how we can protect our kids and families is to fight with the Russian army. So yes. We hope that Modi will take his power and will convince Putin to stop the war and take out troops of Ukrainian land.
Ms. Yulia, you know, India's stance has been very consistent. India has made it very clear that they're on the side of peace. In fact, India has repeatedly, asked and has appealed for a ceasefire. India has threats to walk on the path of diplomacy and dialogue being the only way to resolve this conflict. In fact, the Prime Minister even met with your president on the sidelines of the G7 summit, and they also share a very cordial rapport. Other than, the expectations of the war to be called off, what are some of the, the hope from this visit by the Indian Prime Minister to your nation?
I think we have a lot of things to do with India. It's reconstruction of Ukraine, it's economic development, in business development. We have a very strong cultural relations. We have a lot of people in Ukraine who are fans of yoga, and even we have people like myself who have family in India.
Yes.
So I have my daughter-in-law who is in Indian. And I'm happy, yes, and I'm happy that we are both of our nations, peaceful nations, would like to develop peace, not war.
Indeed, there's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, not just among the Indian community with the Prime Minister's visit. Ms. Yulia, we're seeing a lot of Ukrainians also excited about the Prime Minister's visit as well.
Yes, that's true. We're very excited. And
why is that? If you could give us some history, just share some history with us as well.
Because we shared history with you. We were a part of Soviet Union as well as Russia, and a lot of Ukrainian specialists like engineers, like doctors, they worked in India. They established Indian universities, established Indian hospitals. And that's why we have connections not even in this generation, but previously during the Soviet time, because we were one of the biggest country in the Soviet Union. And help a lot India, and we hope to proceed with this. We want to cooperate with India. So we have a lot of people, actually, previous generation, who talking about the cooperation with India. Right. And culturally, we are really a lot of sharing our culture. and you are sharing your culture and yoga. It's very popular in Ukraine, actually.
Right. Ms. Yulia, thank you so much for your time and speaking to CNN News 18. We wish you well as well.